Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of the Boardwalk Social Club's Saturday afternoon concert series, episode number 51. 1 week away from a solid year of every Saturday having a topic or a theme for a show, usually a half-hour show. Anyway, this week's topic is blues at the Jersey Shore. I've gone through just about every region or city famous for blues, Delta blues and North Mississippi blues and Chicago blues and Piedmont blues and New York City blues. But this one is about the unique sound of the Jersey Shore blues from its beginning to up to now. So anyway, here's an example of a Jersey Shore blues song. Checking Up on My Baby is a Sonny Boy Williamson song, but all the blues bands got it because of a cover by Taj Mahal, which had like a hard driving bass line. So anyway, a lot of these bands at the Jersey Shore have Dave Myers as the bass player. He was like the start of, he's like the John Mayall of the Jersey Shore blues scene. He finds all the great guitar players. But anyway, here's an example of Dave Myers blues song we played with a hard driving bass thing. Checking up on my baby, see what she's put down. Checking up on my baby, see what she's put down. So many nights and days she's been gone from this town. She didn't call, she didn't ring, she didn't call me on the phone. Didn't call, she didn't write. get around here at the Jersey Shore for bands like Billy Hector, Sonny Ken, Billy Ryan, Paul Dickler of the Blackberry Blues Band, Big Danny, Gallagher, and Matt O'Ray, Dave Myers, I mentioned already. And then Southside Johnny with Bobby Bandera. And then other guitar players like BB and the Stingers and the Hounds, those guys, you know, Freddie Fry and Castle Brown and Paul Whistler, Ricky DeSarno, Billy Walton, Gary Wright, Too Tall Tom, Too Tall Jerry, all guitar players. It's a guitar-based sound. I would describe the Asbury blues sound as like a power trio, like Cream or Jimi Hendrix with a harmonica player. That's how it starts out, and then they go crazy after that. They keep adding instruments. Next is usually a keyboard, and then maybe another guitar player, and then congas, and then horns. And by the time you're finished, you have a band like the Disciples of Soul,
Backup singers.
which has like two of everything, really. You know, two drummers, percussionists, backup singers, three backup singers. Yeah, two of everything.
Fantastic.
And everybody does two things, you know. Really something very big production. But I think that's like the natural progression of a Jersey Shore band, is to keep adding instruments until you reach that thing with the horns and the keyboard, especially. That's the thing that they're most known for. But anyway, most of these bands started out or just stayed as like a trio with a harmonica player. Billy Hector, Sonny Ken, Billy Ryan. Billy Ryan just passed away recently, but he was a great guitar player from the Jersey Shore. He's really one of the first. Was playing all the way back in 1965. He was a real blues guy. Billy was also in the band with James Cotton, who's a Chicago blues guy. James Cotton is harmonicas player, solo harmonica player, but also famous for playing with Muddy Waters. But he has a real New Jersey connection. It's funny. Like his records are a big hit, and he's a big hit when he comes and plays here at the Jersey Shore. But he has stayed here for long stretches. You know, like he stays in Asbury or right here in Neptune. I think he stayed in Shark River Hills for a summer back in the day, according to Lance Larson should also be mentioned as a blues guy from around here. Anyway, yeah, also Tinker, the promoter, and you know, sound man Tinker from the Highlands. He had a connection with James Cotton, so he brought him here quite a bit. So James Cotton played here and stayed here and was an influence on the Jersey Shore blues sound. Yeah, so what was I mentioning? Yeah, Billy Hector. Yeah, with Big Danny, we opened for James Cotton a couple times. Yeah, I was lucky to open up for James Cotton a few times, including right pretty recently at the in Asbury Park. So somebody just put pictures of it. And Tim McClune's then Rum Runners. Anyway, yeah, James Cotton has a connection to the Jersey Shore blues guys. with Sonny Ken, Billy Ryan. Yeah, Billy Ryan was James Cotton's guitar player for a tour. Pretty funny story. Billy told me that he met them out in Chicago. That they picked him up, maybe from the train station or whatever. Picked him up, and their first stop was to get a half pound of pot, and then as they got more acquainted on tour, James Cotton wound up telling Billy, like at the end of the tour, saying, you're not the best guitar player I ever played with, but you're the best drinker I ever played with, which Billy took as a big compliment at the time. Anyway, here's one that we all do because of James Cotton. In the key of A.
Party the other night, Billy Hector was out of sight. His band was funky and the music was tight. Boogie, boogie, boogie to the broad daylight. It's a boogie thing. It's a boogie thing. It's a boogie thing. Boogie all night long.
Billy Hector would say. Yeah, that's a big hit for Billy Hector, and all the Jersey Shore bands know that one. And James Cotton had his he had a big band. That was his thing too. Had a full horn section and keyboards. And that was like his ultimate thing too. There's a couple of harmonica players that have gone for that big thing, having a whole horn section behind them. And then, you know, Southside Johnny, that's their sound. Speaking of the full big Asbury Park sound, do you want to play on this one? We're on the side of the planet. This one is like, this is one of ours, but it reminds me of ones that Big Danny did with Vinny Lopez singing harmony. Like there are two or three big hits they had. Well, there's Blues Stay Away From Me. That was great. Stay away from me. And another one, you know, like in the jailhouse. That one, can't remember. Anyway, both have great like harmony singing because of Vinny's Lopez's high harmony. So this song, when we do it with the full band with MJ and everything, we'll have the whole harmony singing thing. Anyway, here's one of our new hits. We're on the side of the planet.
We're on the side of the planet. We're on the side of the earth. Look on the bright side. You're on the right side of the earth. We're on the side of the planet. We're on the side of the earth. Look on the bright side. You're on the right side of the earth. Fanny told Show Fat Fanny. Fanny told Linda Lou. Janet's on the side of the planet. Janet told who knows who. Julie the Looney went through. All of the tall that went to. Delta Skelter, Jimmy Shelter, all dog wild. We're on the side of the planet. We're on the side of the earth. Look on the bright side, you're on the right side of the earth. Came to Mid-Oakland, playing at the county fair. Lazy Lester, crazy Chester, Haunted Patterson will be there. Dizzy Mrs. in the biz, boss is coming up the stairs. Simon Sue, big home, will heavy coming back up for it. We're on the side of the planet. We're on the side of the earth. Look on the bright side, you're on the right side of the earth.
Thanks everybody. Big hit for us. In the style of Jersey Shore blues. Oh, Flip Flop Blues, as Tim Donnelly has named it. Flip Flop Blues, that's a pretty funny description of this style of Jersey Shore blues style. Part of the reason there's a blues thing scene down here is that there's places to play. You know, there's like blues bars. There's always been a place to play. I mean, now we have our spot on the boardwalk, but usually historically there's been like some blues bar in Asbury or Belmar or Red Bank, you know. Over the years, you know, I've seen a bunch of them come and go. The Melody's Corner was the first place I saw a blues band. I walked in when I was first allowed, maybe, I'm not sure if I was legally, I mean, you could drink so young back then, but anyway, Melody's Corner in Seabright, there was a band, I couldn't believe it. I went in there with my friends and it was the Bank Street Blues Band playing that Sonny Boy Williamson song. I thought I was the only one that knew who Sonny Boy Williamson was. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, that was Vic Bayers playing the drums and Paul Green playing the harmonica. You know, before that, when I was a little kid, I went to a swim club. I saw it was like the teen dance night or something at the Strathmore Bath and Tennis Club, and there was a band that played Cream, Sunshine of Your Love, and I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe that. Like kids, or I mean, they probably were 10 years older than me. Oh, they also played the Monkees. Popular request. They weren't happy about having to play the Monkees. I remember, Hey Hey, we're the Monkees. People made them play it twice. Anyway, I wonder if that was one of the bands I am talking about now, or who knows? Could have been Billy Ryan, or could have been some. Maybe it was. Who knows, band? Close to Middletown. So anyway, the blues thing, there's always been like needs a place to play. There was the Deck House built. That's where Dave Myers got that whole scene happening in Asbury Park. And then after the Deck House, there was the Deal Pub, and then these were all places where blues bands played. You know, Billy Hector and Big Danny and Sonny Ken, Billy Ryan, Paul Dickler. Also, Jason's is probably the most important one of those in Belmar or South Belmar. Jason's was run by Mel Hood, and it's funny, he made sure that it was not a biker place. He had strict rules about like a dress code. So Mel wanted to keep it more of an upscale, sophisticated, like jazz supper club kind of place. So Jason's was the house that Billy Hector built. That's how Mel described it. Billy would bring the most people to Jason's. But all these places would also book like touring blues acts, you know, not huge ones, but pretty big ones that would pass between New York City and Philadelphia. So they would stop in Asbury Park on off nights, weeknights, and we'd get to see pretty good blues guys. Also in Red Bank too. Places to play in Red Bank, and then also the big theater has big blues shows, you know, Count Basie Theater. Alrighty. Yeah, that's all the places to play. Giamano's, that was another one. Just a couple blocks away from here. They knocked the whole building down. You know, Jason's, the entire building's gone too, so it's funny to talk about these places. Then there was Crossroads, which was the opposite of Jason's. It was a biker place, full on biker place. In fact, thinking back, I remember the behind on the stage there was all sorts of stuff hanging up, but the main thing, backdrop that things were tacked on to was a Confederate flag. There's pictures of George Harrison of the Beatles, but behind it was all a Confederate flag, which I remember not really setting in until we played a New Year's gig there with our friends, reggae band, and another band from New Orleans, and I remember the bass player was concerned about the Confederate flag. Anyway, yeah, two very different places. I don't know why bikers and blues places. A lot of bikers, blues fans. So anyway, yeah, two very different places. Jason's and Crossroads, but they're both great places to see local blues guys and touring blues guys. So anyway, here's one. Here's one play on this one. Jimmy Reed song. A lot of Jimmy Reed songs. His wife played the drums in the background. There's one where she does a particular symbol thing, but anyway. Yeah, all these bands played Jimmy Reed songs. Dave Myers was a good one for arranging them. So sometimes his arrangements stuck for like 3 different bands, you know. But anyway, here's what.
Oh, I love you, baby. No, I love you, baby. No, I love you, baby. But you don't even know my name. Let me tell you, baby. Tell you what I do. If you drop me in the ocean, I'd swim to the land and come back to you. Ain't that loving you, baby? Ain't that loving you, baby? Ain't that loving you, baby? Don't even know my name. They may kill me, babe. Bury me like they do. My body might lie, but my spirit's gonna rise and come back home to you. Ain't that loving you, babe? Ain't that loving you, baby? Ain't that loving you, baby? Don't even know my name.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah, speaking of horns, the bands that have horn sections, our friend Tommy Labella, the sax player, and then Eddie Mannion, both great sax players that sit in with Billy Hector sometimes. One summer, Tommy and I had a gig at a Italian food place. pizza. But there's other bands like once in a while Billy Hector will do maybe for his birthday or some other special event. He works up a whole thing with a horn section. You know, he writes out the horn parts and everything. And then there's some younger bands like Waiting on Mongo and Karmic Juggernaut. They both have a horn section, so I think it's like it's like an Asbury thing. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do this summer. That would be a funny thing to add to our band horn section. That'd be a funny thing to do. So all these bands, Billy Hector, Sonny Ken, Billy Ryan, Paul Dickler, Blackberry Blues Band. Anyway, all these guys were especially good at slow blues, playing slow blues. Big Danny was good at singing it, you know. As far as Big Danny and like Southside Johnny and Bruce Springsteen and Billy Hector, a lot of them would work up this like slow blues thing that had talking in it, like really dramatic talking blues things. Big Danny was an expert at these things, and Billy Hector has one for like a Christmas one of a red, maybe getting stopped or something about getting pulled over, something about the police and a red pickup truck. Anyway, it's a Jersey Shore like a tradition
To have a little rap.
to have a rap while you're playing play slow blues. Also to have like a guitar, like a quiet guitar part where the band brings it down. Yeah, in fact, that's like another characteristic of the Jersey Shore blues bands is that they're really loud. They're super loud. They all have big amps, big vintage amps of every type you can imagine. Sonny had these big magnetone amps, crazy big amps. Yeah, they all had super loud amps. But the best of them could bring it down like a sensitive slow blues part. Here's my new slow blues song about Texas from the Jersey Shore. That's funny.
Frozen down in Texas. Yeah, the weather is sure is strange. Frozen down in Texas, where the weather sure is strange. Lone Star politician don't believe in climate change. It's 9 below zero. about 9 below zero. Dangerous wind chill. Lone Star politician blamed it all on the windmill. Senator from Texas, he flew and fled to Mexico. The senator from Texas, he flew and fled to Mexico. Lone Star politicians, they take the checks from Texaco. Frozen down in Texas, with a short string. Frozen down in Texas, with a short string. Lone Star politician, don't believe in climate change. Thanks, everybody. There's a slow blues from Jersey Shore, slow blues song.
Hey, speaking of windmill, don't you have a story from the windmill sometime? At the windmill restaurant? Jersey Shore.
Singing Southside Johnny there?
Oh, he played there too.
Yeah. Did we play there? Yeah. We did play at the windmill. Oh, that time. That's funny. Yeah, once we played at the this place, famous hot dog place, the Windmill, with two funny characters, Steve Schrager, and he was a funny guy to play with, drummer, and then Zambulba, a stand-up bass player, both different sense of humor. So anyway, Steve came up during the break and said, "So Stringbean, are you gonna have a hot dog and a Coke?" I said, "Steve, I didn't crawl my way to the top for nothing. Of course I'm gonna have a hot dog and a Coke." So that's it. That's the end of that funny story. Hot dogs. Yeah, windmills. That's funny. One time we also saw Southside Johnny playing up on the windmill part of the windmill in Long Branch. Yeah, Southside Johnny, that's probably the best example of the Jersey Shore blues sound, I would say. He's a pretty good harmonica player. He always has a good band. I think usually, like, his guitar players vary, but I think the best one was Bobby Bandiera. Yeah, I think Southside Johnny's great. And then Billy Hector and Sonny Ken. Sonny Ken's down in Florida now. Also Billy Lilly, a harmonica player who was with Billy Hector all during the Fairlanes years. Yeah, I guess I could go through everybody's like history of Billy Ryan. Billy Ryan played with James Cotton. I talked about that briefly, and then Clarence Clemens he played with, and then Sonny Ken, he started playing blues around here really early. Billy Hector maybe 5 years later. You know, the one thing is the thing that they all have in common is the same record. They have a lot of the same records in their collection, you know, whether it's with even when you got them at different eras, like Sonny Ken's record or finding days were different than ours. He used to come to like a store on Springwood Avenue to get like Muddy Waters or Jimmy Reed records, you know.
Any doo-wop?
Yeah, he listened to that too, but they were really on the hunt for real blues. For us, we meant going to like a record store at the mall. A little easier for somebody like me and Billy Hector, but we all wound up with the same records, same albums, you know, like the Freddie King, like Shelter, that one with Going Down. That everyone plays that. We all listen to that one. You know, probably came to it through like the British blues guys, John Mayall and Eric Clapton and Rolling Stones. I would say one thing that these guys all have in common is they love the Rolling Stones. But then we all had like a record like the London sessions of Howlin' Wolf. We all had that because it was cheap. It was in the cutout section. It was only like $1.99, so you couldn't resist it. Plus, it had like some of your British rock heroes on it. So we all got that record of Howlin' Wolf with Eric Clapton and half of the Rolling Stones. Yeah, we all learned a bunch of those songs, you know. Yeah, here's one of those. Who's been talking? I didn't play that one yet. Did I? Maybe I did. I don't remember.
That's alright. Don't worry about it. Just do it.
No, I didn't play this yet. This is the one that has like a Latin thing. If you want to play that.
Okay.
Yeah, who's been talking? This is one that we did with Big Danny. He would really ham it up. You would add an extra chord in here, make it really dramatic, and really sing it, and really, you really could sing this song. Anyway, I think we all learned it because of it was on that one record I was talking about. Howlin' Wolf, the London Sessions. Anyway, it's a big hit for me, and Richie Blackwell likes to play on this one. My baby caught a train to go far from home. My baby caught a train to go far from home. She knows I love her. She do me wrong. My baby bought a ticket. Is my ride on? They bought a ticket. Long as my ride on. So she don't ride. Long as I'm home. Now bye bye babe, I hate to see you go. Goodbye baby, I hate to see you go. No, I love you, I'm the cause of it all. I'm the cause of it all. 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 Thanks everybody. Who's been talking big hit for all the Jersey Shore blues bands. So what else? I guess that's it. Sanchez, he was a great keyboard player to come out of the Jersey Shore Blues thing. Benny Lopez, drummer. Dennis Grunling, good, great harmonica player. And then, you know, we have some big blues festivals. Back in the day, the Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Festival was a big thing, really big, a lot of people for a stretch there. They combined the Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Festival with the food festival, and it turned into some big, really big thing. Like, it was like our local Woodstock. Also the Clearwater Festival in Sandy Hook. That was also a big, big place for all these bands to play in front of a lot of people outside. But I'm sure it's happening somewhere besides us now. I don't really know of any like really straight blues bars in the area anymore. I don't know. I'll have to see. I mean, yeah, it's Bob Santelli, Mel Hood, Tony Pellegrossi, they're all guys. Oh, and then the radio station guys. Rich Skelly, Rich Robinson, Stu Coogan, guys from Brookdale radio station, they're big blues promoters. Yeah, so I think the Jersey Shore has its own distinct sound based on having like a guitar hero, front man, and then maybe a harmonica player, and then they go crazy adding on instruments. Then first the keyboards, and then maybe another guitar player, then percussion, and then horns, and then backup singers, piano player and keyboard and organ. Yeah, that's a lot of instruments.
Accordion?
Accordion in there. Okay, thanks everybody. I think that's all the all my crazy notes. I think I got everybody in here. Mentioned everybody. Freddie Fry, Red Bank had its own blues scene. Harp and Help, that harmonica thing. That has some good harmonica players from the area and some national acts too.
Raging Cajun.
Raging Cajun, of course. Yeah, Raging Cajun is the one place that I should have, yeah, of course. It's the one blues place that persists, no matter what. Yeah, all through the worst years of Asbury, it was there. Yeah, the Raging Cajun is probably the best place to see, because you really could see Billy Hector, Sonny Ken, Billy Ryan, Paul Dickler, Big Danny, they've all played there. Dave Myers. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, the Raging Cajun, good suggestion, good point. It's the only place where this is all still going on. So many of these other places there, not only they don't have music, they're physically gone, like Jason's, the building is gone. Or Mrs. J's building's gone. Alright, thanks for watching this week's episode about Jersey Shore Blues and the distinctive sound of the Jersey Shore Blues. starring Billy Hector, Sonny Ken, Billy Ryan, Paul Ditka, Big Danny, Matt O'Ray, Dave Myers, Southside Johnny, Bobby Bandera, and BB and the Stingers and the Hounds. And also there was acoustic blues scene in this area with Patrick Murphy and Frank Vituski. Okay, that's it. Jersey Shore Blues. Then there's the Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation. Puts on concerts still, big things. All volunteers. Thanks for watching every week. Next week will be a full year, March 13th, when we played our last gig at the at Kaya's. And then I went to a Jazz and Blues Foundation thing. I think it was there anyway. Yeah, they had the harmonica player Kim Wilson playing right here in Asbury at the Tim McClune's. It was great. It was just when people didn't know, like no one was shaking hands at least, but we still didn't know enough. Like the next day, everything really closed down. Anyway, yeah, full year ago, one whole year. It's been a year. Really amazing. Okay, thanks for listening again this week. Channel 11, WPIX. This is our last song of the week. We have a nice way of closing. You know, once in a while I've played this with a whole big horn section. Sounds pretty good. Sounds great.